Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video it's the review of the Slurryquip demo outfit that we've had on demo now for a week. But unfortunately, this is the big one, I've only got to use it twice. The reason we only used it twice was because the outfit has carrying 1200 meters of piping, which isn't enough for some of the jobs we had to do. And the other thing, which is probably even bigger than that, is the tires. Now there's big tires on this. There's 710s and 600s on the front, but we run 800s on the front and 1200s, and I could see the difference between this and our own system, marking and that on the ground. And even the other man we did go to was like, big tires please, but we got on all right, so it was grand. But that was the big reason we didn't use this more, just tire size. But we're going to give it a review all the same with the experience that I have on it. This here is the front reeler, and this is the steering system. So you would have seen in the video when we were rolling up the front pipes, I'm able to twist the front left to right, and that is a game changer for rolling up pipe. No more, what I'll be doing on our own system is forward and back, so you'll be driving forward and back, and you'll be leaving a scar in the ground where you'll be going forward and back. With this system, you just lift the handbrake, you pull the lever, and then you have 2 foot pedals in the cab which swing it left and right while you're rolling up the pipe. Superb job, absolutely. Oh yes, just yes. The only thing is it's a little bit, just for the linkages and that, it's a little bit further out, maybe 6 inches further out than the other reeler, but it's not a wild pile. But absolute game changer for rolling up pipe. Also the big thing as well, and it is on the back of the tractor, on the front, the system in which you drop the bobbins. So the bobbins can be interchanged front to back, is quite literally pull back the guard, pull this lever out, pull that pin out, switch that up, do that same other side, you can drop it off, and it's just the bobbin, your guide rail and your gear. And there's a gear on both sides, so you can lift it either side, it doesn't matter, you're always going to pick it up the right way. But that leaves the taking off of the weight on the tractor seriously handy, like super handy. Like on our own system, if I want to drop it off, I gotta drop stands, I got to disconnect everything there. That system, you can drop all the weight in 5 minutes, like dead handy, and put it back on. Now I only had to do it twice, maybe a bit experience would make you a bit better with, but it's easier put on than the rear system. So all in all, the front reeler, very impressive bit of kit. Something definitely would like to upgrade to, because that just the swivel and then being able to drop the weight. Sometimes, because we always work with our main piping on our back and the front piping as our, you could say, the secondary piping. So you're doing a job where you only need that 800 meters in the back, I can drop that weight off the front and then not have to worry about it till I'm finished the job, and then come back and pick it up or bring it with me. You have the option. We'll move on to the back. You have the 12 meter twin macerator dribble bar on the back. Very nice job, very nice job. What I quite like about it is vertical fold. That's one thing. Our own is the fold that comes back in itself, so it means that you're that little bit further out, you're that little bit kind of further out, further back, and it can be, you kind of have to watch when you're turning in and out of paddocks and that. It would have been nice if I had the auto steer just to be able to make the best use of it. I'm so used to auto steer now, I can't nearly work without auto steer. But anyway, one feature I quite like, so with the twin macerator, it's the one pipe feeds in, then 2 valves, 2 lollipops feeding out either side, so it does take that higher supply of slurry. I feel like with our own system, if you were to drop back into, you know, real thick stuff, and it was to get into low, under 20,000 gallons an hour, could have issues with actually getting the 12 meter width. But I suppose you can shut one lollipop and you can spread 6 meters at a time. One thing I quite like, and I seen when we're at the shows, I can't just get to it, but you can see this apparatus here goes from one side to the other on a valve there. And what that's for, if you open up that valve there, and when you're doing your turning on your headlands, you'll always notice whatever is on the inside always leaves the most slurry. But you can have that valve open, you can shut the inside lollipop, and then it lets 20% of the slurry back through that pipe and out and into the other dribble bar, which then leaves you with that lesser amount of slurry going out and a nicer even job. Now I didn't just use it because I was under the weather. When you're under the weather and in a different machine than you're used to. It's not a great combination. That is a quite nice feature, quite like that, so I do. Overall, it seems like there's good steel in it, but there doesn't seem like a lot of steel in it. It looks like what would be, to me, a relatively light unit. When you're folded out, you've no, you have full cab view from behind, you've nothing blocking your view. Same bobbin system on the back, so you can swap your front and back reelers. The theory behind this would be that you would roll off your back reeler, then roll off your front reeler, load your front reeler, then swap it to the back, and then load the other, that you'd roll all your piping with your front reeler, so you're making use of that. The biggest, and I mean the biggest gripe I have with this system is if you want to spread, you have to drop the back reeler. Now I know why it's done like that, but the wagtail here, you have to drop the spread. The reason for it is quite simple. It's so that you can drop the bobbin without having, so it's basically just so you can drop the bobbin, so the bobbin doesn't need extra stands or anything. But oftentimes most times I'd leave on the back reeler, because sometimes ground is dry, you don't need to. It's an extra process you have to do, where you have to think about where you're going to leave it, because where you're going to roll up, and then it's going to hand a little bit more back and forth across the field. And that to me is just the biggest downside to the system, is I don't like having to do something. I like having as many options as possible. Now me and Lee were looking at it, we think there's a means around it, putting a pivot point on that, and then 2 rams to just fold it back up out of the way, that you'll be able to spread. That would solve that problem, but something we may have to talk to them about. It's just that for me, that's just for me, it just adds more to the job. That to me is the only downside, the only major downside I can see to the system. So I just don't like the idea of having to drop it. Now I know where they're coming from on doing it, and that is part of, you drop it and you can roll up at your front rear and then load it onto the back then. But oftentimes I don't drop, because it's more time wasted, really. It's just more time spent taking on and off stuff where oftentimes you don't need to. But other than that, it's a lovely system. Splash plate's up really high. Like, apart from that, it's a very, very nice system. That's just the gripe I have with it. Get into the cab. As for the tractor it's on, I love the livery. The livery of the tractor is awesome. I really, really do enjoy the black with the white and the orange. Tractor is big. This tractor is the same size as the 99, so it's a very big tractor on a pipe. It'll be a lot bigger. Like, you can see the 6270 is beside us here, so like you can see different size wise between this tractor and our own 6290. This is my cable, so I better bring that with me. It's going up to Johnston's now for Johnston's open day, which is Wednesday, which, if this video is going up today, it's Johnston's open days tomorrow, so you can get to see the outfit and everything else. It's Johnston's 40th anniversary, I think. We're hoping to call in for half an hour there at some point. I might make a video on what all is in there, but yeah, she's heading there next. You have your flow meter made by Andrew Wright of Farm Theory. I'm sure everyone has seen him. And I know I was in miles. It's all changeable, all the sensors on. He messaged me like, you can change all that. I was just under the weather, and I wasn't. Yeah, when you're under the weather, you're under the weather. But anyways, yeah, so you have full flow meter there with all the information you want. And personally, it's a little bit small. I'd like it a little bit bigger, just makes it easier to see, but that's my own personal opinion. I want him with the tractor. Anyone who does get on demo, everything is well labelled. Like, I didn't have to ring anyone to say, right, how do I operate this? Just being able to just flick through everything, I was able to figure it out fairly handy, because it's all labelled. So that's really it for today's video. That's the review on the Slurryquip system. Now, I would have loved to have got more use out of it, but the ground is wet. I'd like to see the big tires. Be interesting what this outfit would be like on our own 6290. How she'd be able to handle it. Would there be much of a weight difference between the systems? But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But overall, it's very impressive. Love the front reeler. The back, just dropping that bobbin, having to drop that bobbin is just a major gripe for me. But I think there is a way around it. Me and Lee were looking at, and we think it'd be actually a quite simple means of getting around that. But that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, that's my opinions, my thoughts on the Slurryquip system. You want to see it, you can go to Johnston's on Wednesday, which literally tomorrow. I think today's the 16th. Tomorrow's the 17th. Yes, the 17th of April. We'll be there at some point. I don't know whether it'll be morning or evening. We'll be there at some point just to have an out gawk round it. Might make a video too while we're at it. But yeah, big thanks to Slurryquip for sending down the system to us. Would have liked to get more use of it, but it is what it is. But big thanks to them for sending it down, letting us see how other systems work. But that front reeler, yeah, definitely see that front reeler coming. It's just too bloody good. That's just steering is like, oh. Also, there's the steering wheels there. So you, as you're rolling, you just left, right. You pull them to where you want them. So it is dead handy. Look up. Hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.